Well, I can do that, right? Good morning. It is Wednesday, I think. Is Wednesday? Nod your head. Yes, Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. It's 10:03 a.m. I've apparently lost track of the days. Let's bring on my co-host. Let's start with the big deal.
What's up, Facebook? Welcome, Mike Bloomy.
Did you know today's Wednesday?
It's day 176 in quarantine, and a lot of breaking news. I have a lot of information for us this morning. I think
Really?
Bloomy needs to be a lot more of a trusted, non-biased Republican. Non-biased. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
If it's for non-bias, we gotta remove you from the show.
Opinion.
All right. Let's bring the next host on. Hello,
Good morning.
So what shade of makeup or lipstick is she going to put on?
None. My hair is like wet too.
I need to.
And I washed it last night. So,
Chris, I'm sorry to cut you off. We have a Manhattan firehouse that has no PPE that just pulled up downstairs. I need to give them some PPE. I'll be right back.
That is a surprise.
All right, listen. Come on, you can't break my chops for this one.
That's all right. Take your phone. We want to see if you're social distancing.
Oh yeah, I'm going to social distance. I'm going to give them the elbow.
Do they have? Did they come in the truck?
No, they can't come from Manhattan to Staten Island in the truck. The guy works in Manhattan.
But you drive in the truck. You drive your fire truck all around. Why can't they?
They could if they wanted to. They'd have to go 10-8.
What's that mean?
Look it up. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll look that up. All right, let's get Todd on. Good morning.
Hi.
What are you making? Coffee? I love the Keurig machine.
I know. I need to get a Keurig for my house.
I like. Look, I miss Country Donuts, but I do like the Keurig.
Simple, but it's effective.
I discovered the coffee at the Village Greens Deli. There's this coffee. You've probably really seen it in delis before or like bottles of it. It's called STOR, I think, store. It's like an iced coffee, like a cold brew iced coffee. So you go in and like they have the store like thing set up and you just pull the lever. The unsweetened black coffee with half and half and 2 Splenda tastes like fucking ice cream. It is so good, and I'm like so happy I've discovered this because it's like a $2.99 coffee, and I don't have to go to Dunkin', and it's right around the block.
I'm surprised that they're still the deli still have the self-serve coffee because that's a lot of handling, grabbing,
but a lot of
these
stores close every 2 hours in the Village Greens Deli, and they do cleaning.
So if you go in after 7 other people and they haven't closed yet, still a high chance to get it. That's why I don't leave my house.
Well, you're a fucking hypochondriac.
Today we're really cursing on Breakfast with Bloomy. Remember, this is the PG show. We have to wait for the midday show. You gotta
realize, cursing is something that I was brought up hearing. It's ingrained into my brain, and it's like I don't realize I'm doing it anymore. It's like it takes a very conscious effort to stop cursing. It's hard. It's like stop speaking a second language with an accent.
The same thing for mom.
Impossible.
So we have a very good guest with us today too, actually. So we have the Harvest Cafe. So we have Shannon and Chef Nick from the Harvest Cafe. So they're part of a very special place. And let me bring them on and let them tell us about the Harvest Cafe and what they're doing during this crazy time.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Morning.
So, morning. Let me pull up my banger I had for you. Look, Todd, I'm getting professional. Look, I have a nice banger.
Shannon and Chef Nick of Harvest Cafe, a very special place. Awesome.
Well, you just passed 2nd grade. Congratulations.
I can read. It's awesome. I feel accomplished. How you doing?
What's going on, guys?
Move my mask down so I could talk to you guys, but we always have masks and gloves on at all times around any of our guests, coworkers, or the food. I just get started in telling you a little bit about us. The Harvest Cafe is owned and operated by a very special place. Our goal is to teach individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities work skills and how to function as a whole and live fuller lives within the community. Specifically at our place, we teach them all aspects of working in a restaurant. from the front of the house with greeting individuals, taking orders, making drinks, to the back of the house where Chef Nick would teach them how to work in the dishwashing area, as well as making all of the food and prepping it. The whole point of our program is to help them either get hired to work full-time at the Harvest Cafe or to get other jobs within the community, maybe something like working in a grocery store. Our food is amazing. I'll hand you over to Chef Nick so he can tell you a little bit about some of our dishes.
Morning, Facebook. How we doing? Thanks, everybody, for allowing us to come on and be represented here. Like Shannon had mentioned, it's for a very great cause, what we're doing here. Unfortunately, the circumstances that we have to do everything virtually, and nobody could come dine in with us and sit and experience the whole aspect of our, our program going on. But eventually things will loosen up and everybody should be able to be, move free about the cabin. But right now we have to, do what we have to do, follow the protocols. Again, like she said, we're cooking in the back with gloves, masks. We're cleaning hourly. We're doing everything pretty much from takeout, delivery. Everything's pre-packaged, individually wrapped. Nobody's grabbing, when we do catering, nobody's grabbing. Everything's pre-wrapped, like we said. Everything is disposable. Use it, throw it out. We start fresh. We're running our whole menu plus a catering menu. We have a lot of different specials going on, a lot of meal deals for 2, meal deals for 4, family meals, package deals. We have a lot of things going on. Again, we're not really stopping. We're going full force as if we're operating in full service. But unfortunately, we have to do everything the way it is right now.
So how far of a... Go ahead.
I'm sorry. We post our specials and our menu daily on our Facebook and Instagram. So if you could check us out and follow us, you could keep up with what's going on.
All right. And now how far is your delivery?
We do full island right now.
Oh, are you? So is that tough? Yeah. Like, because a lot of businesses are doing full island. Is it tough? Is there a minimum or?
If we're going to deliver to the other side of the island, I would say there would at least be like a $20 minimum.
Where are you guys actually located?
We're right on the corner of
Het
and Newdorp Lane.
Okay.
It's like 4 or 5 blocks down from Newdorp High School.
Yeah, I know where you guys are.
It's across from Miller. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
So we're doing non-contact pickup, non-contact delivery. Pretty much like what everybody really is doing right now, man. So you can't really, leave it on the doorstep, ring the doorbell, and run away.
Do most people, am I crazy? Because when I get delivery, that's what I tell them to do. I'm like, I tape the money to the door, or I try to pay for it with card as much as I can. Certain restaurants only want cash still. I'm like, all right, I put it in an envelope, tape it to the door. I'm like, ring the bell, leave it, and run.
People tell us
that's what the delivery services are doing now.
Yeah.
And that's another thing with the delivery service. I don't know who's using what or whatever. Just call us directly to place the order. There's a huge markup on those. Those
they get about 30%,
$3
right?
on each item plus the delivery fee and stuff like that. Before you know it, you're adding almost $10 on top of whatever.
It's true. I hate it. It's so true, but it's annoying. It's annoying because like when you need to use your card and like some places aren't taking it over the phone. They don't have any other way to pay. Like, what do? You got to go through.
So it's the whole convenience thing.
Yeah,
I know. You don't want to wait online at the grocery store right now. So Instacart's becoming a friend. We'll pay the $20 not to wait in line behind Momo and stuff like that. Whoever's not wearing a mask or gloves and stuff like that. But people are just outrageous right now.
Vinny Benem, Benami, call out. Hey guys, good morning. Harvest Cafe is an awesome place.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's like I stand at the top of my front door and it's like Amazon delivery. I want to hose them off. Is that wrong if I hose off the delivery guys? So you buy the water, obviously, over on Newdorp. Did you guys catch the planes yesterday? The flyover?
Yes, the flyovers were pretty amazing because we're getting pretty much on both ends of the water, there's 2 hospitals. So they passed us by like 3 times.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome.
I
really
heard
cool.
them. I didn't see them from my house, but I went outside at like 12:15, and you could hear the rumble in the sky.
Yeah, that sonic boom is pretty crazy, man.
At night?
No, it was 12 at noon yesterday to 12:40. They did it.
Gotcha. Because I heard some loud ass plane last night above my house at like midnight. I was like, what
That
the
was the
hell is
helicopter
flying
searching
above
for
me?
you.
Those are helicopters
Yeah, right.
looking for the criminals.
Yeah.
No, there definitely was a
exactly.
helicopter. There definitely was a helicopter like over the weekend. I know like some story happened. My sister was telling me because her
Morgan
boyfriend-
Avenue, there was a hit and run.
There was a
Yeah,
hit and
so-
run.
Yeah, that was
The girl got
terrible.
right by your house, like in
Right
that
by my
area.
Right
house.
around the corner from my house, it happened.
Yep. Me
Yeah,
too.
we were all in the south. Well, Todd's not, but we are all in the South Shore, so we're all in that area.
But Jersey,
They
guy.
were- And then he ran to the trains. They said so. I live right on the tracks. I was like,
They shut
great,
the
he'll be
train
hopping
station
over the
down.
fence into my backyard.
Yeah, I locked my door
shut it down,
too.
but
They
didn't find
shut
him.
They didn't
They
find
didn't
him.
find him yet. No,
Nah,
Do they know who he is though? They know like who to
No.
look for.
it was a
I
stolen
don't
car.
think so.
nah, he just stole his car. That poor
Yeah.
girl.
Mama
man.
will get that mofo back. Don't worry.
So I obviously like food, and I saw there was food behind you. What we got there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys have anything to show?
We
Yes.
do.
So right now we have our signature crab cake and our 14-hour slow smoked pulled pork sandwich right here.
I love pulled pork. That looks good.
That looks awesome.
Right, everything's homemade barbecue sauce, homemade triple grain honey mustard on this crab cake.
Wow.
Hand cut French fries, nice brioche bun.
Mhm.
Not too
That looks
bad.
good.
As you see, as you get it. Packed
And the
up.
fries are homemade too. Everything's cut.
Yeah, everything's pretty much homemade. Homemade coleslaw, homemade sauces. We get some bread. I try to do scratch cooking as much as I could.
Nice.
As much
That's
as I
awesome.
could.
So, what is your with everything going on? What is your staff down to? How limited are you in the back?
Well, we're very grateful because a very special place really did their best to keep all staff on throughout the pandemic that's happening. Along with the restaurant, we do have day programs and residences. So all of the staff are all essential workers, and they, really do their best to stay on the front line and make sure that we were staffed in all of our houses. But like I said, we've been very fortunate to be able to keep all of our staff on. All of the trainees and individuals that work at the cafe are home, and they aren't attending program right now because it's just not safe for them.
Mhm.
And, along with everything else that's going on, there's going to be a new normal. So when we're able to, we'll have them back and the training program in full swing. It's just going to look a little differently than it did before, but we can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So that's awesome. Kristen is watching as well. So your boss is watching. So make sure you don't say anything wrong.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
She's watching. She wants to know what you say.
Chef Nick, I have a question for you. Your cooking background, I asked this of our chef that we had on yesterday. Cooking background, just influences from family or any particular schooling? And are you a Food Network fan?
Food Network fan, yes. Man, it's in my blood. I've been in restaurants since I was about 10. Went to Johnson & Wales, bachelor's in culinary, associates in
nice.
Hotel restaurant management, a lot of training in Italy, classically French trained. Been around the block, bro. I've been in the restaurant industry for about almost 20-something plus years. Country clubs, corporate dining, a lot of restaurants on Staten Island, a lot of restaurants throughout Manhattan. Now I came back to my old stomping ground, my own neighborhood. Started a family, and this place has treated me very well. So I'm here. Been here about 8 years.
Wow.
Food looks
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Just based on what you show now. And do you do breakfast as well, or just lunch and dinner?
Breakfast and lunch, 7 days a week, from 8 to 3:30. Full menus, full breakfast menu, full brunch menu, full lunch menu. We serve it all day long. So if
And you guys are delivering breakfast as well?
We
Yes.
are.
delivering it the
Oh my
whole menu.
goodness.
There's one or two items that we run out of, but we replenish by the next day or the day after. But we keep everything pretty much fresh.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Oh, and Kristen said They're doing great. I'm not their boss, just helping and working with the same team. Go Harvard.
Oh, that's cool.
Great
So
breakfast.
with Chef Nick, with all that experience and all your types of training, being in Italy and your schooling, what's your favorite cuisine or top 3 favorite cuisines you enjoy cooking up, whipping up? Is there anything in particular?
Right here, it's pretty much. I want to say I try to hit all the niche. So we try to do a couple of steps above, like kind of like a traditional diner food or a cafe food, but we take it to the next level. A lot of homey comfort style foods running through here. We have something for everybody on this menu, so it's not geared towards one person. There's healthy stuff. There's heart attack food. There's comfort food. There's food that makes you feel ooey gooey inside. There's a lot of desserts, fresh soup.
You guys have fried chicken?
We do. We make our own fresh, tenders. We make our own chopped meat blends. We make our own. We do our own butchering. We try to use a lot of fresh local produce, but right now it's kind of a little iffy. But we try to do as much. That of course keeps all the costs down too as well.
Right. That's certain foods throughout the whole pandemic. You haven't really eaten, right? Fried chicken, I haven't eaten. And I'm starting to get I want fried chicken. Chinese has been one of those things that disappeared off style, but finally returning.
Back on the block, Chinese. So Empire Szechuan is back in our neighborhood. So I can't wait for that.
There we go.
I saw everyone yesterday on Facebook was posting Empire East is back opening and pictures. Yeah. Hong Kong K1 by us on Highland is back open. I had called there yesterday to try to get lunch, but they're only doing dinner. They're not doing lunch.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I'm like, so today, like my wife we make sauce Sunday. So today she's doing chicken parm and cavatelli. So tomorrow we're gonna do Chinese probably for dinner.
So back to the original question. I don't know if I ever really answered it, but my base and bloodline is Italian. So traditional like Napolitan food, Sicilian foods. Anything pretty much, you also have that Staten Island cuisine that we're all geared towards, the chicken bread-case, the chicken marsala's, and the prawns and stuff like that. But so it's pretty good. It's a little different, but there's no limitations. They allow me to be free reign and be as creative as I could, and that's what I love about it.
So Italian is probably my favorite as well. However, I have some guilty pleasures, and they were picking on me for it this week. So, Chef Boyardee beef raviolis. Will you eat it or no?
I mean,
don't feed into it. Don't feed into it.
It's delicious.
Mike, put it this way: my brother's girlfriend from Texas. That's her idea of Italian food.
It's not Italian, but I made it this weekend, and it's delicious.
No,
it's like
you're an infant baby and you have zero taste buds and developed palate.
Look, I love Italian food. I love all I love we got DeLuca's, La Strada. I love Italian food. I'm half Italian. However, every once in a while I like a guilty pleasure. Todd's frozen, whatever. You're back. So I do like a Chef Boyardee, and yesterday we were talking about occasionally, very occasionally, once every year. I like a spaghetti and meatballs from Chef Boyardee as well. Those little meatballs have this interesting taste that once a year I want to get it.
It's like tomato soup instead of sauce. It's literally like tomato soup instead.
Well, so being half so my father's Jewish, my mom's Italian. So growing up, like when we would eat sauce at my boobie's house or at my Jewish grandmother, it was pretty much ketchup. It was pretty much great. Yeah. And then I would go. Now the great thing is though, my grew up in Brooklyn. Like my grandparents were in Brooklyn in Bensonhurst. They lived across the street from each other. So I used to go to my boobie's house. And look, I love her to death. But we all know like Jewish cuisine, it's not really there, right? Sebastian said it best. Where they got past a bagel, lox, a schmear, and lox. They don't got anything. So I would go visit my grandmother, my Jewish grandmother, and then be like, "Oh, I'm going to visit my grandma across the street." And that was my way of saying, "Hey, I'm going over to go get real food." And I would go over and she'd be like, "What do you want? You have meatballs, chicken, collard, whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, cook it all." And that was the best. I remember being a little kid, and I used to just go ping pong back and forth, go visit her, go eat food at my Italian grandmother.
That's pretty cool, though. They lived across the street.
Oh, they live well. My dad met my mom. Well, they knew of each other, so he liked her. So he drove a go-kart into her leg. So she has a scar in her leg. You know how they say, like, if you like someone, you usually injure them?
Yeah.
He drove a go-kart into her. So
wow.
That's interesting.
yeah. Now they don't like each other. Well, now they're divorced many years, so they get along now. But apparently, if you run someone over with a go-kart, that might not last more than 15 years.
Maybe
Eventually,
not.
eventually it wears
a long
off.
time considering I would have been out that next day. But.
So I've asked questions of Chef Nick. Shannon, you're up next. Give us your history a little bit at a very special place, and also a pre a very special place where you worked and school
Sure.
background, all that stuff.
Sure. So, pre-Harvest Cafe, I went to school for sign language interpreting. When I graduated, I decided to stay at a very special place. I've been here for a little over 9 years. I started off as a waitress, and then I became the manager about 6 years ago. I absolutely love working here. It's a great agency to work for. I love what I do. I love working with our trainees and our special needs people, and it really is a wonderful mission. Every day you wake up loving coming in here and going home because you just know you're doing good. And they're so loving and caring, and all they want to do is do the best they can. And it really is just a great work environment.
Really
I had no idea you guys were even around that long either.
Yeah, I didn't realize either.
Yeah.
Moss, when we get Moss back, he actually had a picture of him from Hurricane Sandy. So with Harvest Cafe. So once he actually comes back,
to the cafe.
yeah, we'll bring him back. It's a good picture.
Does either you, Mike, or Mas, who works for the DJ company?
That's Moss. So Moss owns Partners in Sound.
Okay, yeah, because when I was at, he looked familiar. I was at the Hilton for many years, Richmond County Country Club for many years. So he,
So you definitely,
Moss,
you definitely saw. He's the resident DJ at the Hilton. I don't know if
he's Staten Island's resident DJ, pretty much.
He's a big deal.
Okay.
Kind of
like
a big
to
deal.
All right. So next questions we got for you. These we ask these questions to everyone that comes on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Breakfast for dinner? Yes or no?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Ugh, no. Okay.
Yes.
I will not. Breakfast is like up until like 12 o'clock, and then it's cut off until again it recycles like 11 p.m. and after you can have
You
it again.
can't be asking these questions because everyone's answer is always yes, and you're always like, fuck you, no, gross. Like I keep on asking, so at least I could say, see, another point for the team. Like,
well, you guys can take as many points as you want.
You could
all right,
make
so
it
like
a
this,
brunch
you guys
thing.
this.
Brunch is acceptable. I love nothing more
Brunch
than having a chicken parm followed by an omelet. So I'm
We
all
make chicken
for
and waffles, and they're really good.
We do chicken and waffles.
Wow.
We do pulled pork, eggs Benedict, crab cake, eggs
Do
Benedict.
you do that every day, or is that only on the
that's
weekend?
full menu, man. Full menu.
That's awesome. So that I'm okay with.
Benedict, that sounds
And how about peanut butter? You guys fans of peanut butter?
I love
I
peanut
put that
butter.
shit on everything, man.
Oh,
Nutella.
man.
All right. So I have a
Good.
new question we haven't asked people. I'd like to
boy.
understand from a chef. So I'm a little quirky. If you watch the show, like my items on my food plate, they have to be in sections. Like my dream is everyone uses section plates, right? You put my mashed potatoes in their little side. Okay. If a hamburger, right? Is there a right way, or could a hamburger be upside down, and would you eat it upside down?
What do you mean upside down?
Like, okay, my dad once, and I get my quirkiness from him. My stepmom was feeding him. He was driving, and she went to give him the hamburger upside down, like with the top bun up.
That's technically how a bun is supposed to be eaten. If you look up the history of buns, the top chunky part is so the juices have a place to settle into in the bun. It's supposed to technically be eaten that way.
No, could you
really?
Yes.
That might be history, but my palate is supposed to hit the top portion of bread longer, hit the ketchup, hit the tomato, onion, lettuce, cheese. It is like an order you need to taste that food. Like, so do you agree, or am I just out of my mind?
You're out of your mind.
I never heard of that one, man. I'm sorry.
That's a new question.
Yeah.
But I've never eaten an upside down burger.
You would because
I won't.
Right, he was going. My stepmom was going to give it to him, and he's like, You can't give me it that way. You need to turn it around like the right way. And she they had like a fight over.
Be right too. They can't be too much bread to meat to vegetable ratio.
Well, yeah,
of course. Now,
and if it's
would you
like if I take a bite and everything falls out the back end, I don't like that.
Oh, that's the worst. All right, and would you ever serve a burger with 2 bottom buns?
What? No.
That's
just
that's like a McGriddle.
My dad was at where he used to work. They went to give him a burger. They put it down in front of him, and it had 2 bottom buns. And he says to the guy at the snack bar, he goes, "What's this? What's wrong?" He goes, "There's 2 bottom buns. Where's I want the top that goes to the bottom." Well, that's what we had. That was the left in the bag. Just eat it. And my dad's like, "I ain't eating this."
That means someone out there had 2 tops to a sandwich.
Shannon and Nick, you can see we do some really hard-hitting news and questions here on Breakfast with Bloomy.
Right,
we really like to get to the bottom of the social scene here.
Is working that hard at 10 a.m. that we're getting the hard hitting.
Let's be honest. This is my therapist no longer wants to talk to me, so I started this show, and you guys are now just all my therapists. Thank you.
Yeah, so
it helps me to get through the day. My wife is an angel because I'm very annoying. Like I had a barbecue once, and I bought the section plates, and she got so mad because we had all family over, and she had these nice plates to bring out, and I started bringing out section plates, and she's like, "No one wants those." And then my dad and all other people are like, "Oh, I love one of those. You put the beans in the compartment, the juice doesn't fall all over the place." So I think you guys should start using section plates, and I'll come there every day.
We used to have the section takeout containers, but it was hard getting like the sandwich and the fries in,
Right. I hear you. You know what they need to figure out? They need to figure out a to-go container that doesn't make the fries become soggy by the time we get them.
We'll become billionaires if you want to create that. Nobody's ever done it. The only place I actually ever had crispy French fries delivered to me was Shake Shack not so long ago.
That's because they don't put a cover on it.
Exactly.
It's just in the bag.
And the cardboard has holes in it and let the steam out.
Yeah, that's the problem is the water with the steam together in the container.
There's 2 things we need to solve. Crispy French fries in delivery and the way to properly put butter to all of the popcorn in the container. Right?
I agree with you.
They give you the butter and you put it on the top and then you're shaking. It's all over the place. I tried to patent I can't really talk about it because I can't really do it, but I'm too cheap to actually spend the money because I don't know if it'll be. But I have an idea that would allow you to put equal butter to everywhere in a popcorn container. And I think that would be a huge hit.
I think it would be too.
They should spray butter it, toss it in a bowl, then put it in your bucket.
So,
right.
I like it. Now, Todd is shaking his head, but let me give you some insight into Todd. Todd hates butter.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Yep. Can't he
hates cheese.
Oh no!
Wow, these are the people I work with. Now you see my work conditions here every morning and why I'm such a grump.
So full disclosure, I love me a good slice of pizza. Chicken parm is by far my favorite thing to eat. I had a chicken parm hero from Danino's Matawan. Shout out to Danino's because they're freaking amazing out here. However, if you gave me a piece of cheese, I can't do it. I get sick at the sight of cheese fries. If you gave me a grilled cheese sandwich, I cannot do it. Milk, I cannot do it. And no, I'm not lactose intolerant because in my cereal today is milk. I
can see any milk in there. I just throw a whole bunch of cereal.
I'm okay with milkshakes, vanilla, chocolate, whatever. It's fine. But yeah, I cannot do cheese in like a pure form, or if I smell or sense that cheese is in it, I'm out. I just can't do it. Yeah. So Nick, you mentioned Italy. When I went to Italy, however, in Venice, on a Cicchetti tour, a little wine and cheese tour around town, I had every piece of cheese that they gave me.
Because it felt
Italy,
right. You're in the demographic of it. Why wouldn't
when in Rome, right?
Literally, Christina, when in Rome. Like you have to do it. I buckled down. I was with my wife. I was just like, wait.
Cheese overall. That's probably that very distinct flavor type of cheese paired with the wine. That's not really edible, That's not
Nick,
cheese.
Nick, I gotta ask you about your time in Italy. Where were you, and and you were doing schooling there? Is that what you said, Nick?
Yeah, it was a 2-month kind of internship. So it was basically tourist spots: Rome, Florence, Venice.
That's exactly where I went.
Almost like let's say 2.5, maybe 3 weeks in each spot. Came back home after schooling, and then I went back to Italy for my honeymoon. I was in Italy for my honeymoon for 2 months.
Oh wow. Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
ran out of money like the first month, and we were eating Burger King the last time. So
wait, did you just say you're in your honeymoon for 2 months?
Yes.
I mean, you guys both got 2 months off. You know what? I think I'm going on a honeymoon right now forever.
You could have been on one for 2 months, and no one would have known.
Yeah, right.
True. Wow, 2 months. So where'd you go? What areas of Italy did you go? Or did you just kind of stay in the same place?
Same place. I mean, we went to like Tavola. We went Naples. We did a couple of days down in Sicily, but pretty much for the most part the tourist traps.
Of course, yeah, which is totally understandable. But that's very cool.
What's Moss was here? He's from.
Screwed. I mean, we're talking 2006, so we got a little screwed up with the currency exchange.
Oh yeah, back then, yeah.
We're thinking that we have enough money and stuff like that. So basically, at that point, when you cash in $100, you only get 40 back at the time. So
who makes the better? Who makes the better steaks, in Florence or in the States?
I had one red meat, and that was in Florence. It was okay.
It was okay, really.
I mean, it was pretty very particular to hear.
Okay. You know who has the best steak?
What they're feeding the cow, but pretty much
right.
The most part that. I mean, tons of fish, man. Tons. And plus we rented out like a little apartments to save some money. So I didn't mind like going to the market,
cooking yourself and stuff.
And cooking.
For sure.
You know, honestly, I hate look, the US has great meat, great steaks, but the best meat I've ever had was in Canada, in Edmonton, Alberta beef.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
They're known for like Alberta beef and everything up, and it was some of the most tender steaks I've ever eaten were up there.
Wow.
Again, people, we had a comment. What are your takeout and delivery hours?
Right now, we're open from 8 a.m. to 2:30. Once we're allowed to open up normally again, it'll go from 8 o'clock a.m. to 3:30. So,
and you deliver the whole 8 to 2:30?
Yes. Yeah, so, breakfast and lunch all day. You could order anything off of our menu.
You hit the jackpot with restaurants, right? Close at 3, you get to go home and enjoy your night. Most restaurants, you work 24/7. You know, all day.
Yeah.
That's it. Your life is in the restaurant.
That's why we love our job. We have the best job.
That's awesome. And then, are you guys doing anything special for Mother's Day?
Mother's Day, yes. We're doing catering trays. We're doing half and full. We got a full menu. I don't know if that's on a website.
It's going to be up by the end of today. By 2 o'clock today, we'll have the flyer up for what we're going to be doing for Mother's Day. We're also going to be doing take-out Bloody Marys and mimosas, so you could add that onto your catering also.
Wow. Nice. Take that.
So do you normally have...
We give you the whole kit. The Bloody Mary mix, the vodka, the vegetables, the fruit, and stuff like that.
Yes, Mom doesn't need to do anything.
Do you normally have beer and liquor inside the restaurant?
Yes.
We do. We have a full liquor license.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
And
God, there's so many places and so many things I want to do in this freaking quarantine list.
Yeah,
right. Yes, you guys are
like,
have to come around.
It's really like made you discover all different businesses and places that you didn't really know existed before because everyone feels the need to be so much more visible now. So it's kind of cool. You have like a checklist of places to go after everything's over.
And listen, I know Mike said this kept our sanity. This is his therapy. His therapist is losing money on him right now. But this has also been very informative for us and anyone that views. I mean, I don't know, Shannon and Nick, I don't know if you know, but we have millions of viewers tuning in right now. And everyone that we've reached has been educated, just like Christina said, like so many different spots. I was on Staten Island for 25 years. I still work on Staten Island. I have a business on Staten Island. Yeah. Had no idea some of these places existed. Had no idea you guys were around, and I'm coming. When this stuff lifts, I'm coming. There's so many spots I want to go to.
We're 3-year breakfast champs too. So
Staten Island's best breakfast. We want to come.
I love breakfast. Like that's why me and Mike
breakfast.
Like because he doesn't believe in breakfast at dinner, and I'll eat it any time of day, all day.
So I look, I love breakfast. I'm a heavy guy. I count my meals. I could honestly tell you, maybe I could count on one hand the days I've ever missed 3 meals in a day. Like, I count my meals. The only times I don't eat means I'm sick. Like, I'm really sick, and that's how you know there's something wrong. If you ask me, Mike, you want lunch? I'm like, oh no, I'm ill. Get me to the hospital. But yeah. So I love breakfast. I love nothing more than omelets and home fries, and
Yeah, we make our own home fry blend. We use 4 different kinds of potatoes for our home fry blend. We got basic run-of-the-mill French toast pancake, but then we go Nutella strawberries on top. We do banana walnut French toast. We do a lot of stuff with avocado toast, a lot of sprouts, a lot of yogurt parfaits, oatmeals, Italian breakfast sandwiches, a little prosciutto, supersada, provolone, little spicy eggs on a croissant. We're doing, the basic run-of-the-mill bacon, egg, and cheeses with ham or sausage, omelets any style you like, eggs any style you like. We got like 5 different kinds of pancakes.
You have grits?
French toast. Grits?
As specials, we run grits.
We do, I'll do a southern style. We do biscuits and gravy on the menu. They're homemade biscuits, homemade white sausage gravy.
Yeah, it's great. You guys got to check out our menu.
You got to come check us out.
Mike, we'll get you a plate, all proportions off for you.
That's perfect. And that's even like a reason why, like, my wife loves over easy eggs, and I won't eat over easy eggs because once you hit that yolk, that's it. It's everywhere.
That's the best part. I want my yolk on everything.
No,
Well done. My egg needs to be well done. I want it coming out. Egg whites, they need to be brown. I can't.
Brown
any sign of runniness in my, I'm out. I can't do it.
Tom, how are you married? Like, how has your wife not killed you yet? Like, I would never be married.
See, he's now worse than me, right? I'm looking sane.
Like,
that's why I keep him on the show.
What? The cheese thing would be big enough for me to not move forward. Like, that would be that's
a deal breaker for you. So when we do this reality show where we try to hook you up with a date, we need to make sure that they can eat cheese.
And to keep up with the cafe, they're on Instagram and Facebook. And Jennifer thinks saying over easy on a burger. No, that I won't do.
Yes, Jen. I love Jen.
Yes,
Jen, come on.
Why not?
Yes.
Jen, I like you 3 seconds
Red
ago.
Robin used to have this amazing burger that used to have like a big egg that would be running on the side. Oh my God, it was so good.
Sometimes we do a special. Breakfast burger. We'll do like an Italian burger. We'll mix it. We'll incorporate the burger with some roasted pepper, some olive, grill it, pesto, a little more olive tapenade on top with some cheese, and then hit it with a fucking piece of fried burrata.
You know what I love, and I haven't had in a long time, pizza burgers.
Yeah, we do them here sometimes.
Yeah, I like a pizza burger.
I haven't had it in forever, but now the odd thing is I'll do a pizza burger and still put ketchup on it. So that's a little odd.
No, man.
Right. Moss, you got that picture about from the harvest?
I can pull it up. Give me a sec. Sorry, guys. Great story. I don't want to bore you guys, but
here we go.
I wasn't even about to. I'm just. It was just a great story.
What kind of cereal you eating over there, anyway?
I think this is Special K strawberries.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ma. Tell your story.
Nope. That's it. Share my screen.
Oh, we've lost him. He's leaving. Hold on. So this was what about Hurricane Sandy time? You said, Moss.
So right after Hurricane Sandy, I don't know how we connected, but obviously that program was being devastated and they needed funding, and they reached out to the Beanie Fund, and we made a check presentation.
Nice.
Thank you.
The Call Benny Fund. Yes, that's where you're so familiar. I remember you guys came here.
Yes, we came there. I was about 150 pounds bigger back then.
Wow, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You look familiar from your DJing company.
Yes. Well, as long as you don't see my picture up in the post office, that's a good thing.
Wait, you might have seen this picture of him. Hold on. Oh, I don't have it on this one. Wait, I do. I gotta change branding. Hold on. Is that where you remember him from?
He's got an offer yet you can't refuse.
I got an offer.
He had a shiny tuxedo on. He was holding a mic. So
yeah, probably me.
You missed.
How you guys?
You missed it, Moss. They have great food. They were going through showing some of the food. It looks so good.
Well, back then when I went there, I ate them out of house and home, and I was still hungry. So I'm definitely the food was excellent. The program, the initiative, my background, anybody that does anything for people with special needs has my heart. My sister was blind.
You.
Yeah, my sister was blind. She was mentally delayed. So I grew up with a handicapped child, a handicapped sister. So I get it more than most people do. That it's a big responsibility. I was instilled at a young age that if something happens to my mother and father, social distancing. Good job. Go hang out. Go answer your doorbell.
Yeah, I want to know who's there.
Yeah,
take
probably,
the phone.
It's probably Amazon. But I was instilled.
Your neighbor's kid's ball went in the yard.
If God forbid something happened to my parents, I was to take care of my sister. It was a conversation I had to have with my wife before we got married. I used to take my sister. I mean, back then, my father worked as an officer on the ship. My mother would leave for work. I used to put my sister on the bus. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. At 3:30, I used to take her off the bus until my mother came home. I mean, a different world, late 80s, early 90s. But it's
home.
It's home, and I mean, it's a big. You give up a lot being in a house with, growing up with a child with special needs, and my aunt Maria that comes on the show. My aunt's like my second mother. My aunt, kind of took my brother and I all over the world. She took us skiing in the Italian Alps.
Wow.
My mother and father, they gave up their whole lives to take care of my sister. It's just what you do when you have a child with special needs. They could have put her in a home, but instead they said, this is what God gave us. And I'm not a very religious person, I'll probably admit it. But, they took care of their sister. They took care of their daughter,
Yeah.
So it was different, and my mother and father never milked the system, knowing now in the non-for-profit world. Like, I said, Ma, why do we never go to Disney? Oh, your sister can't walk around Disney. It's hard for her. Looking back now, if my mother would have called Disney and said, my daughter's blind and it's allowed for her to walk around, they would have closed the park. They would have sent you for free. We never milked the system. We didn't even know. I mean, just the type of people.
So you didn't milk the system because you didn't know, or you just didn't milk the system?
We didn't milk the system, just not who we are as people. But you get other people that they have an ingrown toenail and they form the Make-A-Wish Foundation because they can't go get a pedicure, and all of a sudden they send them a private check.
Well, I told you I had an employee once who worked for me who called out sick because he had an ingrown chest hair. We were supposed to work on a Saturday, and I get the text, I'm going to have to sit this one out, Mike. I have an ingrown chest hair, and it's really hurting me. And I just remember looking at the text being like, what? An ingrown chest hair? Take a tweezer and pull it out. What are you talking about? And that was it. Bailed on me on work on a Saturday. Todd, you look amazed.
I'm floored. How's that possible?
Todd, you work 2 days a week. What are you really even complaining about? Like, why do you look shocked? What you got?
Not even going to answer that.
How is Harvest Cafe doing with funding with everything going on? I mean, is you guys being,
we had to make some minor adjustments because our day camp programs are usually our individuals coming into the day program. So they made some minor adjustments. They do like virtual day camp now. So we're still in contact with all of the individuals and trainees, and we're still able to train them. Unfortunately, we can't see each other and be close to each other, but we still get to do it through the internet.
Okay. And you guys are obviously still open for business?
Yeah.
We are 7 days a week from 8 o'clock a.m. to 2:30 p.m. We do delivery and takeout.
Island-wide delivery.
Awesome. So we got to try to steer some business their way.
Yes.
Is there something do you have any direct programs that people don't like? I know certain restaurants are doing, you can call in, I'm just using Portobello Cafe for instance.
Sure.
You can call in and make $100. it's not really a donation because you're not getting a tax deduction, but they'll charge you a card $100 and send 10 meals to a firehouse, a hospital.
Yeah.
You guys have any programs like that?
So for all first responders and essential workers, we're doing the 10% off. We have had a lot of people call in and have us make deliveries to the hospitals. Okay. So we have something like that going on. We do the 10% off.
Okay.
And everything's single serve. They already went through that.
Absolutely.
Everything's individually wrapped. I mean, we just did a catering for like 60 people. We wrapped every single sandwich individually, every piece of brownie individually, every salad was individually wrapped. Even down to single serve pickle wrapped up.
Pickle! You said the magic word, Moss. What's your thought on pickles?
You had me until you went to pickles. I absolutely hate those little slimy things.
I hate those little slimy things.
Or
pickles.
Slimy.
You don't eat cheese and you don't eat peanut butter. So
yeah, we had this discussion. We
you missed it. You left us.
Yeah, we had this discussion about my
Chef Nick and Shannon hate breakfast for dinner. They're with me.
They are all on board with me, my friend. All on board.
So, Mike, are you sending Harvest Cafe to all your employees? I mean, it's just like your bandwidth all weekend long. You sent STK to everyone on Friday.
So that's coming up Friday. I gotta wait till next week. I can't feed them every day.
You're the only job on the show. Come on.
But I already have the menu up because I gotta look. I gotta see if I'm gonna get this for lunch today or if I'm gonna get Chinese. I don't know if I want Chinese for dinner tomorrow or Chinese for lunch today. Now that I know Empire is open,
Nick,
so I'm trying to figure it out.
Nick, is any of your food from China?
No.
Every episode we have to incorporate it somehow, some way.
No, you do. None of us do.
Just remind people what it's called.
Harvest Cafe.
No, China virus.
Oh.
You know what? He's one of my people. We're not allowed to talk politics. We can't talk. As soon as you talk politics, you get taken off.
So
that's what happens.
That is so funny.
Oh, it's so good. So this is what we've been doing in quarantine: is these shows to try and keep us sane.
Like I said, it's my therapy session.
Yeah.
Yesterday we actually had.
It's been so much fun.
Thank you. Yesterday we had two chefs on. We had Joe Russo de Pippa. He did Taco Tuesday. He cooked shrimp tacos, beef tacos, made up salsa, guacamole, and then at the 10 p.m. show he cooked churros, a peanut butter type milkshake. It had liquor in it though too. I don't remember what liquor. Right? What was there in there? Bourbon or something, Moss?
It was good. I mean, listen.
How do you know it was good? You weren't there.
Because there's not have been a single thing that Joe Russo has made that has not been out of a scale of 1 to 10, a high 9 is the worst I can give him.
So, and then we also had a Patrick Fink. No, was it Pat Fink or? Yeah, he does, I guess, tailgating at the Jets, and he cooked Philly cheesesteaks.
I'm a big Jets fan.
Oh, wait, 2 people cooked last night?
Oh, my God, it was crazy, yeah. And then,
how long was the show?
It wasn't that long. Yeah, it wasn't that long. And the best part is they kept putting Moss into the green room to let the chefs. Right, so Moss wasn't really on screen at all. He kept getting taken off.
There was low viewership. What do you expect?
But Nick, if you'd like to come on like a 10 p.m. Gotham show and cook something, they'd love to have you. I don't know if you enjoy setting up cameras and cooking for people like a cook show. We're almost as big as Food Network.
I'll try to do it one time. I'm in bed early though.
Yeah, me too.
If it's on a regular day, if outside of quarantine, I'm out of the house by 3:00 in the morning.
Oh wow!
Ooh, that's early.
That's early.
All to come into work, to prep and get ready to open, or
I just go work out.
Yeah, I don't do
Good
that.
For you.
I don't have to worry about that.
Mike has a friend named Jim, but it's
I
not a brick and mortar.
I pay for the gym. I just don't go.
Yeah,
I do. I've had a gym membership for like 6 years. I think I've went 5 times, but
what
gym? Intox in Oakwood.
So
I go to Intox too.
Christina,
yeah, well, we haven't seen each other there since.
I
might
go
have seen
early.
me.
I'm there at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
it's very important that we bring on somebody from Intox, like a Carlo or a Mike Gioletta, because I would love nothing more to say, this is your poster child, 7 years in your gym. Look how good he looks.
Well, I can't quit because they're my clients. So what am I supposed to call my client? Be like, hey, stop my membership? So I just pay even though I don't go.
I'm gonna give you an old Fat Moss line.
What's that?
Who needs a 6-pack when you got the whole keg?
Fair.
And my client is John from Breakthrough Fitness from Intox, and he offers to train me for free. And he did train me for free, and I gained weight. And Nicole was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because I would make him train me, and then I would make him come to Domenico's with me next door, and I would eat. So I would talk my way through the training session because we're friends. So what? Go ahead. We're friends. So the problem is he's trying to train me, and I would do everything to derail training to get conversation going. And then I'd be like, all right, we've done about a half an hour stuff. Let's go upstairs. And we would go up, and the rest of my half an hour we'd sit at the pizzeria.
What was that? I don't give a shit.
And Nicole would be like, I would come home. It was like a King of Queens episode. I would come home and I'm like, yeah. She's like, you've been working out with John now for like 2 months. You look heavier. I was like, oh. And then she called. John was on the phone one day. He's like, it's not me. He doesn't listen to anything I say. And he makes me come in next. He makes me go to the pizzeria with him.
That's funny.
Mike was from Harvest Picks. Okay, let me look.
Yeah, we interviewed Mike Giolotti from Oakwood Intox for the Staten Island Advance. He'll be on next week, I think. He'll be on a new show called Together SI on SILive.com. And we did work for them at all 3 locations. But Rich, specifically Tauntonville with Carlo, was really, really nice. It's a really nice gym. And I didn't realize how big the Oakwood gym is. That downstairs setup is.
The downstairs, yeah. Mike's great. He keeps the gym in top notch. He always has new machines coming in. Anything breaks, they fix it immediately. It's clean. It's definitely vouch for that gym. And
he's got it's not called stim. The newbie system where you put the pads. So let's say you're trying to enhance a workout, or if you're rehabbing and you want to work out, and to help you along, it sends some shock waves through your muscles and nervous system, and it helps you in working out, like doing a curl, let's just say, and it's on your bicep, or it makes it more difficult. Yeah, he's got some really top-notch stuff.
He's a monster. If you see the pictures when he's in the challenges, he's a monster.
Yeah, if there's anyone you want to follow, talk to, he's the guy. He's awesome. He's
very knowledgeable.
Here's some pictures we got.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
And we got
That's one of our trainees, George.
Oh, beautiful. What a nice dish.
Oh, I don't like arugula.
Is that all right? So that's arugula. Is that egg bake? Is that egg bacon or egg and ham?
That's provolone.
That's provolone, soup asada, arugula, and some whipped scrambled eggs with a little mascarpone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm not a fan of arugula. It's too bigger for me.
I like arugula.
So won't put it on yours.
I like all the greens.
Do you?
Yeah, all the greens.
But butter is where you draw the line. At the
butter, I'm out. But butter, I can't. I can't do it. I hate it. It's terrible. Butter, cream cheese. Butter, cream cheese, margarine, all that. Oof, no, yeah.
Well, margarine is pretty disgusting. It has no salt.
What's that?
Your toast is just dry?
My toast has peanut butter or peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, I guess that's acceptable.
Or Nutella.
That is not. Don't give him. That is not acceptable.
You mentioned Nutella. I can slather a little Nutella. That's
Nutella is acceptable. That I'm okay with.
Peanut butter.
What?
Creamy or crunchy?
Both.
None.
I agree with Christina. I think Christina and I have had this conversation. However, I'll have both, whatever's there. I think I prefer creamy though. Specifically on like toast. So you were asking toast. Like I'd rather that. I could do crunchy on like if I dip it for celery, or dip it for carrots, or dip it for apples. I'll do crunchy. Yeah. Oh, apples and peanut butter. My God. I only discovered that a few years ago.
Banana.
I've been missing out.
What about fluff? You do fluff?
Fluff.
Do what?
All day.
Fluff.
Is that the marshmallow stuff?
Marshmallow fluff.
Yeah.
It's like
No.
Yes, plus Nutella and peanut butter on a sandwich. I'm telling you, life changing.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to meet you too. I'm gonna open up my culinary horizons by just having a conversation with you guys. This is
so
amazing.
we're talking about on the other side of this thing. So as we're reimagining, when we get past this, we're actually talking about doing a weekly like midday show where we're actually going to go to restaurants and live broadcast from the restaurant.
Idea.
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome.
I'm just trying to find a way to be able to acceptably eat all over the place. So be like, Nicole, I have to eat today. But yeah, no. So that I'm not no peanut butter. But even what was it? 2 weeks ago, I went live and even attempted to retry peanut butter live on Facebook because I haven't had it in years, and it's just as disgusting as I remember.
It was the most traumatic video you'll ever watch. Like, he played it up for the camera.
It's like your mouth gets stuck closed. I felt like I was my dog. Like, I don't want that. That's not for me. Nutella though, like Nutella crepes are excellent. Like I love Nutella's good.
We have the Instagram page, but on mine is Chef Nick 718 on Instagram. You can see one of I have a chocolate mousse, peanut butter and fluff stuffed French toast with like macerated berries on top. Is pretty banging.
Wow.
Yeah.
No one has presented this much culinary prowess or vast culinary array of stuff.
It almost reminds me.
Man. You don't understand.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of the Project Brunch, right? That they're willing to change and really put things that you wouldn't expect. Like the cinnamon toast French toast there is one of my favorite. Like that is, I love cinnamon toast crunch, and to put it in a French toast, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they make some cool stuff there.
They do. They make good stuff. Are they? I don't even know if they're open anymore.
Yeah, they're open.
They are?
Yeah.
But no, that sounds like that sounded amazing what you made. I just lose the peanut butter. But it's odd though because I don't mind peanut butter in little hints. So I love Reese's Pieces, probably my favorite candy. So Reese's Pieces are
probably not like real peanut butter though. You know?
Right. It's like Reese's butter.
You gotta get the Reese's trees or the bunnies, the eggs.
No, those I don't like. I don't think I would like them, CVS.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Did you buy out the CVS?
Yeah.
It was all on sale.
All right.
So
wow.
I ate like probably 2 yesterday, but I bought all the.
Where the cardboard
I'm a big Peep fan too.
Oh, Peeps! I'm not a Peep fan.
You know how I like my Peeps, and I'll show you guys. I like them when they're like hard, so I take the cover off and I leave them overnight to like dry out, and now they're like so much better than when they're soft.
Rock hard.
Yes, rock hard.
I'm with you.
Yes. Someone else knows
Awesome. Makes sense. We should do an Iron Chef competition on Staten Island.
All right, you set it up.
Yeah, it should be enough. It could be, but the winners should go for like enough for profit. We were talking about that, like a fundraiser.
Yeah, I remember talking to Peter Botros about doing some sort of. In addition to this, a couple competitions on Staten Island, right? I mean, isn't there like a barbecue?
Yeah, they have the chili cookout. They have the barbecue cookout at Richmond Town every
chili camp at the Richmond County too. I am.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's all.
Yeah, I had my own catering company at the time. We beat out the squad. I went in, won, and never went back. So.
I always see the signs for those shows, but every year when they have the shows, I was always prepping for a fitness competition, so there would be zero way I was going to a chili or barbecue cookout every weekend. It would be the weekends of my show. I'm like, God, for like 4 years in a row.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's the only reason why I know they exist, because I'm always disappointed that I can't go to them.
Well, I would love to see what chefs do with a secret ingredient, and do either Iron Chef style or Chop style.
Well, is that how Iron Chef does it? They give a secret ingredient?
Yeah.
You know what I actually read?
Everything.
What I read the other day, I was reading some some YouTube video, and they were reading out Reddit posts from people that were on reality shows and like stuff you probably don't know about, like certain reality shows. And they said for Chopped and a lot of the Food Network shows, they tell the people the ingredients like weeks ahead of time. And they give them that 60 minutes to cook. And the people were writing, like, we know the ingredients, like, weeks ahead of time, because there would be zero way we'd be able to prep this food or make this dish unless we didn't know the ingredients.
I know I worked 2 seasons of Iron Chef in Food Network in Chelsea Market, and I can tell you that they don't get the exact thing that it is. They get a menu of what it could be, so that when a chef comes in from like Texas or Louisiana or Montana or California, they know it could be one of these, so that they can bring the necessary tools in order to cook a dish or cook a menu, because you have to do what is it, 4 courses. So you don't get the actual ingredient. The big reveal when Mark Dukakis, the chairman, he reveals it. That is the, oh shit, this is what it is. But they have a general idea of 5 possible ingredients.
So it's like a Jeopardy. They study for it almost, and they don't know the exact one.
Right, and then the day of, you see it live. They huddle up. Okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What's the dish? But meanwhile, they know.
Yeah,
but
they have to know.
Yeah, you have to prep. Like there was a battle where we had ice sculptures in the studio. I'll never forget this. So they needed to incorporate ice sculpting teams. In addition to making it nice, they had to incorporate ice sculptures into the presentation of their dish and functionality of their food, which was fascinating, specifically for the dessert portion, which was really, really cool. But I think a chop style competition that's 4 chefs, couple secret ingredients, narrowed down the competition, and do it for charity would be a really, really cool event.
That would be cool.
Let me know.
Yeah, definitely. That's something we gotta get Moss to
I'll either be in it, or if you want me to judge it, I can judge it too.
No, I'm the judge. I can't cook.
There you go.
You like ketchup?
What?
Pasta.
I like what?
Ketchup on your pasta.
Yeah, right.
No, on pizza burgers, I like ketchup.
I'll be the judge. I'm the only one that likes everything.
Yeah.
I like Chef Boyardee. As long as you could beat Chef Boyardee, you got a guaranteed win.
Yeah, I'm weird,
that
man.
just shows how developed your palate is.
Yeah, hot ketchup's got to go.
Hot ketchup's got fair.
What's hot ketchup?
Like French fries has to be dipped in cold ketchup.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I agree.
I'm weird about my eating habits.
That's the point of ketchup. It's the cold part that changes from the hot to the cold, you know?
Right. Ketchup should be in the refrigerator, not out room temperature.
Yes.
My ketchup is always in the refrigerator. Barbecue sauce the same way.
And peanut butter should be room temperature. People that put their peanut butter in the fridge are psychotic because that totally ruins the credibility of the peanut butter.
That's weird.
My ex used to do that. I'm like, it's no wonder you can never get a sandwich to look right because like you're ripping the bread when you try and spread it. It's like
it's no wonder he's your ex.
Yeah.
So
that's why.
Grape jelly or strawberry jelly?
Bring them all.
Ideally
I love them all.
strawberry, but I like them all.
I'll even put orange marmalade in it too for a little texture.
My man.
I'll do half the sandwich, half grape, half strawberry, and it's like 2 sandwiches.
I like both.
It's like the black and white cookie, racial harmony. Yeah. Now you have jam harmony. That's great. Yeah, I love you guys. I can't wait to meet you guys.
That's why I love diners, right? Because they always have the strawberry jelly. And I get so disappointed when they bring out the toast and you're like, oh, can I get strawberry jelly? We don't have any. You're like, what?
We have it.
Do you? That's the best. Yeah. If I order delivery, I'll put in the notes, please send strawberry jelly.
we got grape, strawberry, and orange.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the. I love oranges, but I'm not a huge fan of orange jelly.
Mike, do we have Moss on? Because we're coming up at our...
No, he I put him up and he took himself down and left.
All right.
He must be doing work. But yeah, we're at an hour.
Yep.
So Shannon, Nick, thank you so much. Any last words?
Yes, no, that's it, man. Come check us out. Thanks again for having us on.
Thank you.
And hopefully once this is all back to normal, I'd love to cook for you guys.
Definitely. We're definitely going to come. And you look, you might cook for us before because I might be ordering some lunch there. I got to figure out what day.
Definitely.
Let us know, man. Let us know.
Nick, Mike will give me your contact. Would love to get you on. I know it's late, but if we can get you on like a 10 o'clock show to cook something at night, that'd be cool.
Get my info, okay, man?
All right, we will.
Man.
Thank you. So Harvest Cafe,
everyone.
check them out on the web. Phone number below. Thank you. Bye.
Bye,
guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
That was cool. That was awesome.
Definitely. That was a great interview.
That was really cool. It's so true. Like there's so much shit that I learned. Yeah, that looked good. That looked damn good.
I got pulled pork from Richmond Republic through like DoorDash or one of the apps the other day. I was so disappointed when it came here. It was so not good, and I was really pissed. I was like so excited to be able to find a pulled pork sandwich available for delivery, and it was just not good.
Well,
I I feel like that's tough to have delivered.
Pulled pork?
I just wanted a barbecue place, like some place I could get barbecue food. I was like craving that, but it was
You're
Juicy
South
Lucy
Shore, right?
is delivering.
But she's South Shore. I don't think Juicy Lucy's delivering way the
They're
hell
delivering
down.
from DoorDash there.
They never
really?
come on my DoorDash.
Really? Comes on mine. I'm close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I think they're only open right now on the weekends.
Oh, well, that's not doing me any good anyway.
No.
But no, look, that pulled pork sandwich they had looked awesome.
Yeah, great.
And the menu looks good, and the crab cake looked good. Now, I love crab cakes, and I think my love for crab cakes came after watching Kitchen Nightmares, because that's the only thing he had always gotten. Right? And he said, I guess you could tell a restaurant by their crab cake. By if it was fresh, the quality. So I love watching him dissect the crab cakes, calling the waitress over. What is this? This is terrible. This is the worst crab cake I've ever eaten. And then you go in the back of the kitchen, you're like, oh my God.
Imitation crab?
It says homemade. Where did you get this from? Is it frozen? And then
bollocks.
I love that show. Like me and Nicole would watch that on like Hulu or something, and that is a great show. And it's crazy to see what some of these restaurants do in the back end. Like
I know, but it's like also reality TV. Like how much can you speak at face value? Like it's it's fucking messed up to think that
it's like a bar rescue.
Bar rescue.
Like I mean, a lot of these shows, like yes, they have issues, they have problems. But it's definitely
exaggerated.
Like they'll exaggerate. They usually write in and they say we're having these troubles, and then they have them reenact those troubles when the camera's going.
Right. Some of them, yes, and some of them I think are real. Like they say the best Kitchen Nightmare episode was Amy's Bakery Shop in Scottsdale, Arizona. So that was like a mile from my house, and I had never eaten there, but I used to eat this butter cakes place that was the best breakfast place in Arizona that was in the same shopping center. But they were insane. Like, and apparently that was real, because then people started commenting on their Facebook and saying, yeah, that's exactly how it was when they would go there. But if you never saw that episode, Todd, Kitchen Nightmares, Amy's Bakery, it's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
They even did like a second episode, like a follow-up, and it was just as bad. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
All right, so we are going to end it. We're an hour and 10. Thank you to everyone. We have Midday with Mosk at 3 o'clock, and we have a special guest, Jimmy Thompson. He's a lawyer. I'm not even going to attempt the name of his law firm, because there's like 10 different names that I can't pronouncing it. But so Jimmy Thompson will be here 3 o'clock. Join us, Midday with Mosk.